What's up guys, Max here with an update to the long-awaited Omega Mode that's going to be released in Street Fighter IV fairly soon. There's also been some rumors of its release date, as well as other information that's popped up about its characters, and you guys can check that out on the Capcom Community blog, where Combo Fiend is releasing sets of characters and what their changes are going to be. And I was kind of waiting for some of those that I really wanted to see, and they finally came out. Of course, with like Ryu and Ken, we saw some pretty interesting stuff where Ryu is getting a very parry-like looking ability, and Ken is getting back his crazy kicks and an insane EX move, and we saw a lot of that footage from before. But the big ones that I was kind of waiting for are the other characters that I like playing a whole lot in Street Fighter IV, and it's Oni and Evil Ryu, and they recently just popped up with their list of changes. Let's quickly go over what they're changing for Evil Ryu. Since he's already kind of a powerful character, I'm not expecting too much, but there's some pretty interesting things. Evil Ryu is getting an air fireball, but not a traditional air fireball like Akuma. It acts fairly similar, but it's called the Rakyo Hadoken. And this thing he actually fires straight up with what looks to be his standing close-range hard punch. It goes into the sky and it comes back down, and they explain it's extremely good after knocking down an opponent and kind of just dropping a fireball on them as they get up off the ground, which seems pretty much like its most practical use. The interesting thing about this is, and what you'll be noticing about Omega Mode with a lot of other characters, is that they're essentially repurposing a lot of moves to do other unique things. Even Ken with his crazy kicks, I believe the majority of them are actually repurposed kicks that are in his Ultra, and they kind of just use them and make them their own individual moves. So you'll be seeing a lot of animations that are kind of tweaked a little bit for them to do something kind of different than what they did in the original version of USF4. The other cool thing that they're doing is giving him a stronger version of his axe kick. And I'm not too sure how this is supposed to be extremely powerful, but it's saying that the first hit breaks armor and it's an overhead, so it's actually multiple hits instead of one. And it's a good move that actually crushes defenses. And this is a 2-bar eating super meter axe kick called the Ryukusai. And I'm not too sure how good this is going to be, but the thing that immediately had me intrigued is that they're giving Evil Ryu a new target combo, which means you just press a sequence of buttons in combo, and he actually executes a kind of chain combo, and you can combo into the new axe kick, which sounds, and it's pretty freaking awesome. He's also got things like new command normals, new target combos, and new special moves, so between all this information that you see on this page, I think there's a lot more stuff that they're going to be changing, but this is kind of the flashiest things. And of course, with the screenshots that you guys are looking at, this stuff does look like other moves, so it doesn't do a lot. I wish there was video for this stuff, and as soon as there is, I'll definitely let you guys know. Oni also got some pretty dramatic changes. He's got Mu, which is now a powerful Shoryuken kind of move that uses 2 bars of meter, and it drops down similar to his other special, which kind of like brings him down to the earth. And this is all a part of one combo where he goes up and then brings them down. But the other move that I'm a lot more excited for with Oni is this thing that kind of brings his dive kick back, which Akuma has in almost every other version. So he's going to have this thing where you can kind of transfer in the air into a different move. He can actually go into a dive kick, a Hadouken, so it seems like he's kind of getting Demon Flip style moves, which will be pretty awesome, considering that Oni doesn't have that kind of stuff unless you do kind of air dashes in the air and things like that. There's a lot happening to all the characters in Omega Mode with Ultra Street Fighter IV, and I'm pretty happy to say that between all the rumors and everyone talking about this thing, and if you guys want to go look at the direct changes for all the characters, I'm only going to talk about the ones I'm really interested in, which was Oni and Evil Ryu, but you can easily check out the majority of them which have been released so far, and I believe the release date has been rumored to be right around Capcom Cup, so as soon as Capcom Cup happens, which is like the World Championship of Capcom's official Street Fighter tournament, that's going to be around December 13th, and I think just around that time frame we're going to get Omega Mode and actually be able to go online with this stuff, which will be pretty freaking awesome, and I can't wait because it's like we're playing a brand new Street Fighter game. Let me know what you guys think about this. I still do believe that Omega Mode is kind of a training ground for the audience and for the guys at Capcom into what Street Fighter V could be and how they want to treat Street Fighter V. More of a toned down kind of fighting game which really relies on spacing and normals, which is what the original Street Fighter IV is for the majority of characters. Or are they going to go nuts and give everyone really big walk speeds and very elaborate moves and kind of insane stuff, which is featured in Omega Mode for USF4. So, as always, guys, what do you like more? Do you like a more toned-down spacing Street Fighter game, or do you like kind of a ballistic Street Fighter game where you get a lot of crazy moves and actions, kind of like the old Street Fighter Alpha series, I'd say, with like custom combos and stuff like that? As always, dudes, thank you very much for watching. As soon as we see more for Omega Mode or some big announcement happens, I'll be back as soon as possible. My name is Maximilian, and I'll see you next time.